Welcome to the WION podcast, where we explore fascinating stories and ideas from various fields. In this episode, we look at a major 37-year study that uncovers something surprising about people who stay up late. The risk they face isn't actually tied to bedtime at all. It's connected to something else entirely. A major study that spanned 37 years from beginning to end has found something concerning people who tend to stay up late. These night owls are more likely to die at a younger age, but from causes related to smoking and alcohol consumption rather than how late they go to bed. Around 42.9% of the 22,976 Finnish adult twins whose data was analyzed for the study described themselves as evening types or somewhat evening types. Our propensity to desire to sleep or be active at particular times is formally known as our chronotype. As per earlier research, night owls are more likely to die young and have a propensity towards risky behaviour. This study indicates that a higher likelihood of dying sooner may not be directly related to chronotype, but rather to what it leads to. Our findings suggest that there is little or no independent contribution of chronotype to mortality. Krista Hublin, a researcher at the Finnish Institute of Occupational Health, told Science Alert. Instead, the increased risk of mortality associated with being a clearly evening person appears to be mainly accounted for by a larger consumption of tobacco and alcohol. This is in comparison to those who are clearly morning persons. The researchers followed up in 2018, looking at death rates discovered through national registers after identifying the chronotypes for the study participants in 1981. The analysis took into account each person's level of smoking and drinking, as well as factors including their education, BMI, and sleeping patterns. The researchers discovered that 8,728 of the individuals had passed away by 2018. The likelihood of dying from any cause was 9% higher in people who identified as definite evening types than in people who identified as definite morning types. However, among this group of night owls, non-smokers who also didn't drink much didn't have a higher chance of passing away for any reason. The researchers discovered that the additional deaths were caused by smoking and drinking, which can result in diseases linked to alcohol, as well as alcohol poisoning. Even if a poor sleep schedule does not always accompany an evening person, the two frequently go together. Impaired sleep has previously been connected to addictions, such as alcohol or nicotine, and it can cause a variety of mental and physical problems. There is a reciprocal relationship between the reward system and circadian system, and the level of alcohol and substance use correlates with the preference to stay up later at night, the researchers wrote in the paper, reported Science Alert. The team did not detect any increase in the risk of cardiovascular-related death, in contrast to the earlier study that served as the inspiration for this one. However, there are some changes in the population sample utilized. In the earlier study, adults from the UK were used, and they were typically in better condition than the average adult from the UK population, whereas, in the present study, the cohort's health was more in line with that of the general population. As always, more thorough research, including a larger sample size, and researchers from more nations will be helpful in illuminating this connection. However, it appears that there is a need to consider some of the lifestyle decisions that are more likely to occur as a result of those sleeping habits, in addition to our sleeping patterns. Thanks for tuning into this incredible story. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more captivating stories to come.